Scott, this is one of the worrisome problems that comes up in the world of video games. As 2K confirms, Spec Ops: The Line has been removed from sale because of expiring partnership licenses. Game preservation is becoming a massive problem. Dude, I went on my system this morning, looked, I had this game. I played this game. Dude, gone. Just gone.
Really?
Gone. Vanished. I can't.
On what platform was that?
PlayStation. So I played it way back in the day on PS3. I'm like, okay, now I'm on PS5. Granted, haven't thought about this game in a very long time. We're not even in the article yet from Andy Chalk, but we'll get there over at PC Gamer. So I jump on my console. I'm like, all right, like technically I have this. I own it.
Yeah.
It is gone. It is just gone.
I think
I can't download it.
that's strike two for Sony.
Well, this is across the board. This isn't just Sony. Let's get into it. Highly regarded third-person military shooter Spec Ops: The Line has been removed from sale on Steam and other digital storefronts, and nobody seems to know why. Not even the game's designer and director. Spec Ops: The Line came out in 2012. It didn't sell especially well. It was a decent third-person military shooter dropped in among games like Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2. It definitely had a tough spot to be in, right, Scott? There was, yeah. But dude,
yeah, anybody going up against Call of Duty is going to have a hard time just at base.
The story, though, was the highlight. That was the selling feature, dude. It was a heartfelt story. It had some impact in it, right? It's a Heart of Darkness style road to hell that drives headlong into the horrors of war and the trauma it inflicts on soldiers and civilians, with moments, in one particular, that take Modern Warfare 2's infamous no Russian level to almost quaint. Like, that's, dude, it is, the story was at a whole other level. And that was the feature. That was the reason you played this game. And it's just, yeah, anyways, it's gone. Anyway, the bottom line is that it's good and you should play it if you're into military shooters. But that's going to be tricky now because it's no longer available on Steam. The delisting was noticed last night by Wario64, and it's subsequently been removed from other storefronts, including a bunch of other ones I've never even heard of. Fantastical and
that was my reaction
Planet.
as well.
Although, somewhat oddly, it's still available for purchase for the moment, at least on GOG, Humble, and Xbox consoles. So it's on Xbox, but I went to my PlayStation, dude, and it was gone. I was like, I can't find it anywhere.
I believe since this actually has gone live, I don't think it is available on Xbox now. If you already own it, I believe you can download it, but I don't think you can buy it.
Man, the removal caught Spec Ops designer and director Corey David by surprise. Quotes, makes no sense, especially because the themes portrayed in Spec Ops: The Line are more relevant now than ever, end quote. Davis tweets, quote, why has this happened? The cause of Spec Ops: The Line's removal wasn't initially revealed, but the quote ended somewhere. But many speculations that expiring licenses was the culprit. There's quite a bit of licensed music in the Spec Ops: The Line soundtrack from artists including Jimi Hendrix, Deep Purple. So yeah, the list goes on, right? So this is the problem when we get into some of these. You take a well-known song, Scott, and you put it in. There's an agreement there that's been signed. You get it for so many years. Sounds like that is the culprit. That is the problem, and now it's gone because of licensing. And 2K at this point, dude, will not renew that license. Doesn't make any sense. Who's playing this game? I haven't thought about Spec Ops: The Line in decades, but at the same time, when you do talk about it, I'm like, yo, that's a cool game. But man, I look at it now, it's kind of like going to the movies. You go to the movies, you grab your popcorn, you grab your $40 drink, you sit down, you enjoy the movie, and then you leave, right? And they're like, hey, that was a good time. That's how we're getting now with games, because at the end of the day, dude, they can just vanish at any moment, right?
Yeah, that's scary, especially when you consider that we've taken completely normal subscription services, which are almost in effect the same thing. When you've done the subscription, you no longer own it. All those memories remain only memories. But it's interesting to see that this is the cause, the likely music licenses. This is why we don't see a lot of music in certain games. This is why we don't see specific car models in certain games. Weaponry, guns, firearms, same thing. And this is why, if you add that element of realism, it could be as much as a can of Coke in the game.
Yeah.
But if you don't have those licenses 10 years later, that now has to be pulled. Otherwise, the company is liable to suit. And it's just this big mess, unfortunately, because I myself have not played Spec Ops The Line as well. I kind of always just expect it to be waiting there for me one day, because I do know of some of the scenes in it. I do know of its impactfulness. Certain Veterans Affairs unions and stuff have always endorsed this game too and thought it was a thoughtful take. So it is unfortunate that we're getting this. And I do see the argument coming up of, well, physical media. Would that be a way of continuing the preservation? And I think the answer is ultimately yes.
Yeah, okay.
But can you keep a bunker full of these somewhere? No. It's just not viable, really. I cleared out my bunker at Blockbuster years ago.
Yeah. Players who have purchased the game can still download and play the game uninterrupted. A rep at 2K has said. So, dude, I couldn't find it this morning. I went to the search bar, typed in Spec Ops, nothing. Typed in Spec Ops The Line, nothing. Dude, I had it on my PlayStation. Like, it is there.
That's bizarre.
So, I don't know. I played that game. But yeah, for me, it is gone. And that's kind of worrisome, right, for the future. But like you say, man, what are you going to do? Have a bunker full of these games at the end of the day? We have museums now. They're starting to pop up, right? Hey, this game and that game and this console, that console, this controller, this, that, and the other. This arcade unit, right? Arcades. Remember, like, gone. Good luck to those, right? Like, it's just, now everything's so digital. It is all online. Dude, it makes my life a heck of a lot easier. I don't have to worry about this wall of discs or this wall. Now, like, who was it not too long ago? One of our friends actually purchased a game. It might have been Brad over at Northern Nerdcast. Opens it up and it's just a code inside. Like, it's not even a disc anymore, right? It's just a code. You bought a case. You bought an empty case. Like that.
That's the ultimate.
That's the ultimate dig right there. But yeah,
that's gotta burn. There's no way.
If you own Spec Ops, you should still be able to play it, even though I cannot. But this is one of the problems we get into the future with everything going digital. Spec Ops The Line apparently is gone.